All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Phoenix Raceway. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series heads to Phoenix, sunny Phoenix, for race number 3 in that 2020 IndyCar Series season. Does anybody have any answer for Ricardo Almeida? I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to find out tonight. It's 200 laps. That guy is tough, but we got a great field here tonight. Hang on, boys and girls. It's about ready to get busy here at Phoenix. Well, it's sunny Phoenix. It's the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series. 200 laps tonight and a very challenging 1 mile. I don't even want to call this an oval. All right. Hey, thank you so much for coming in and joining us here on TurnLeftTV. These guys are headed over to the qualification session. We'll take a look at the session results here in practice. Stephen Miller, top time 19.791. That is lightning fast. Colin Matiak showing second. Ricardo Almeida is third. Alexi Meisen, first time driver here for us, shown fourth. Jack G. In fifth, Paul Holt sixth. Dennis Vandeman is seventh. Sergey Butsev is eighth. Nikolai Gerasimov is ninth. And Alexander Meschkoff is in 10th. How about that, man? We got the Russian contingents in here. Alexander, know him very well, so good to see him out here tonight. We'll take a look at the track here at Phoenix. What a great track this is. A little over a mile in length. Banking in the turns 1 and 2 at 10 to 11 degrees. Turn 3 at 8 degrees. Turn 4, 8-ish, 9. Dog leg there, 10 to 11 degrees. Backstroke, man, we got banking all over the place here. You get it. This is a very unique track, man, with the dog leg there in between 2 and 3. It's almost like a 5-turn track. So very interesting track here. I want to thank you so much for coming out and joining me here on the YouTube channel. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's behaving themselves and being kind and, whoa, there we go. Being kind and having a good time here. So we got some good stuff for you tonight here in the IndyCar Series. Excited about this one, and this is race number 3. Should be a fun one. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. We got some new drivers out here joining us with us tonight. Some guys I've known for a while and some guys that are new as well, but hit that subscribe button if you'd like to make a donation. Thanks so much, by the way, to Mr. Matiak there for making a donation yesterday after the Bushwhacker Series race. Greatly appreciate that. And please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you were here and share my videos with all of your friends. So right now in the qualification session, and we'll take a look at the season standings. So Ricardo Almeida, pretty commanding lead right now with those 2 wins. 108 points there. And Paul Holt sits in the 2nd position. Stephen Miller 3rd. Jack G in 4th. Dennis Vandeman shown in the 5th position. You see Richard Brooks 6th. Dan Richter 7th. Ed Palumbo 8th. Michael Brooks 9th. And Tony Reiner rounding out the top 10. So getting some chat going on here, and Michael Brooks is saying, is that a new camera? Camera where? What are you talking about? No, not a new camera. Just didn't let it warm up, so to speak. I think it looks good, huh? Makes me look, man, devastating, huh? Devastatingly handsome man, glorifying the camera. Soto's here, says, hey. Hey, Heath, have a great race. Thank you so much. Michael, hope everything is okay and get things worked out there. So my well wishes go out to you and your family. As always. So I think we got some guys who have finished up their qualification session, obviously. Might have some still some guys out there running around the track, and might be a good time to turn on the sound for the old Indy cars. There we go. Get our feed in. Take a look at the side-by-side view. Make sure that's working just fine. Looks like it is working. I don't know, man. Michael Brooks going out there on a limb. He says he's picking Paul Holt for the win. Oh, okay. All right. Let's take a look at Paul Holt here. He's going to be happy to hear about that as he comes down pit lane. Good pick. That is a good pick. Like to see that car in victory lane, especially with the TurnLeftTV logo on it. Some more guys here making some laps. Here's Imran Shaikh. And again, this is Phoenix Raceway, 1 mile oval located in Avondale, Arizona. I'm your broadcaster, Heath Johnson, the commentator, the broadcaster, and the guy you want to beat when the things are going incorrectly, I guess, or going wrong here. So nobody to blame but myself when that happens. Ricardo Almeida here, Almeida, fast time, shown P1 right now. About 3 minutes left here in the qualification session, and I want to say thank you so much to Preston Hassel for stepping up and doing the admin duties here tonight. Kind of hard for me to do that and broadcast at the same time. I actually thought about not streaming this race and just doing the admin duties, but Preston had contacted me and said, hey man, I'll give it a shot. And so trial by fire right now for Preston. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the IndyCar series. Next week, Michigan. Oh my gosh, man. 3 wide at that track, a lot. So that's coming up on October the 10th. We'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV, of course. Gateway, that's one that, again, has been a question mark for me. We'll see how that works out. Excited to see some cars out on this track. And kudos to Paulo Chachalowski on his work on getting that thing out. And Texas Motor Speedway coming up on October the 24th. Auto Club, that's California, on October the 31st. Pocono on November the 7th. Watkins Glen and Indy rounding out that season. So one road course there coming up on November the 14th. Hey, coming up on Friday, we'll be back at Mountain Peak Speedway in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. What a great race we had last night at Indy. Wow, man. Excellent run at Indy. Race number 7 coming up your way in October the 9th. We'll be back at it. 98 laps at Mountain Peak, huh? Should be a great one. Don't want to miss it. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Take a look at the qualification results. Ricardo Almeida qualifies on the pole there, 19.7. Great run for him. Stephen Miller is second. Colin Matiak third. Alexi Meisen is fourth. Paul Holt starts in the 5th position. Dennis Vandeman, 6th. Jack G is 7th. Sergey Butsev is 8th. Imran Shaikh is 9th. And Alexander Meschkoff qualifies in the 10th position. And then 11th position. Nikolai Gerasimov is 11th. Coming up a little later tonight, we have Saturday Night Thunder at Indy. 70 laps, race number 6. Should be a great one. Man, I tell you what, I'm going to get in the driver's seat on this race here. So Indy, very fun. And this setup, man, we were working on this setup on Tuesday, and it is an excellent one. If you're interested in some comics, please give ZiaComics.com a look, your nerd headquarters. ZiaComics.com, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I think I did those out of order, but there you go. Anything comic related, action figures, games, you name it. Comic books, of course. So give those guys a look. All right, looks like these guys are going to get a full warm-up session here after doing the DM. So a 10-minute warm-up session, and we're going to get after it here. So we're going to get after it here at in 10 minutes with the IndyCar race. Very excited about this one. Should be a great race, and there'll be a lot of fun racing here in these Indy cars. Well, who won last week? That was Ricardo Almeida. Big win at Iowa. I know that was a big secret right there. So great race for him, and again, he's just spanking the field. My heavens, man, this guy's got all his ducks in a row and just keeps cranking out wins. So can anybody put this, give this guy a run here and maybe put him in the second place in a race? I don't know, man. So this guy's very, very tough. Should be a great race tonight. Of course, he's got a little bit stiffer competition, I think, out here on the track tonight, so he's got his work cut out for him. But can he make it 3 in a row? Man, we're getting all kinds of guys coming in here in the chat session. I don't know. Who the heck is this? Is that Cliff? Cliff joining us in here? Michael Brooks joining us? Got some royalty joining us in here. Cliff says, if Almeida is uncatchable. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, Michael Brooks had already put his money down on Paul Holt. And I think I'm going to put my money down on big secret here. I'm going to put my money down on Colin Matiak here tonight. One of our young guns. Guy loves these Indy cars, and he's going to be a tough one tonight. Cliff Vandeman for the win out of, oh, what? Oh, no. Said he's a realist. All right, well, I don't know where Cliff Vandeman's at. That guy's not out here. Hey, Preston Hassel picking Colin to win as well. Cliff Vandeman, where is that guy at? Got about 5.5 minutes left here, and thanks so much for coming in. Good lively chat session so far. I always like that. I know you're Cliff Vandeman. I'm going to call you Sybil, man. You got multiple personalities there. Cliff is brushing his hair. Nice. Why does he need to brush his hair? Just throw on a hat, bro. Just throw on a hat. That's what I do. That's the weekend routine right there. Don't brush the hair. Just throw on a hat. There you go. They got that hair all pulled back in there. Nasty. Oh, that's awesome. Cliff looked like being lazy. Oh. I'm lying on the sofa missing you. Oh, my God. Let me get that chat off there real quick. Get a room, boys. Get a room. Okay, we'll take a look at the schedule here in the IndyCar Series. Next week we have Michigan. That is a great one. Very, very good track for IndyCars. I mean, you could just be flat out at this track, and you're going to see 2-3 wide a lot of the evening. Gateway after that, again, big question mark for me on that schedule. Excited about the track, but big question mark. I think Texas is one of the best tracks there for IndyCars. Auto Club coming up after that. That is California, another great track for IndyCars. Pocono, definitely a different track there. We'll call that the Tricky Triangle, coming up on November the 7th. Watkins Glen, the one road course on the track, and I know Colin Matiak is putting that on his to-do list for November the 14th. He won a big one there at Watkins Glen in the IndyCars with Sim Racing Mania. So who knows, man? With the boot, Colin Matiak there, probably the favorite to win that race. Indianapolis Motor Speedway to finish out the season there, and that's going to be a fun one. 250 miles at Indy. That'll be 100 laps at that track. So excited for that one coming up on November the 21st. That's home for me, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. About 2.5 minutes left to go here, and get this thing rolling. I'm excited, man. Love these Indy cars. Hopefully we've got a good, clean race here tonight. So Tim Matiak says, I'm his dad and the chief investor. We got to get you out on the track, Dad. Chief Master Sergeant Matiak. All right, about a minute and a half here before we get this thing kicked off. 200 laps here at Phoenix tonight. I want to send a shout out to Apex Modding and their work on this. And when we were sort of first kind of debuting this mod in Sim Racing Mania, those guys were so responsive on the suggestions that we had, and greatly appreciate that, and just making this thing better and better and better. So excited about this race tonight and this mod this season. Love the Indy cars. All right, boys and girls, it is that time. It's time to get things started here in the IndyCars. 200 laps here tonight at Phoenix, sunny Phoenix. It's race number 3 in that 2020 High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series. Thanks so much for joining us on TurnLeftTV. This is going to be a fun one.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, well, here we go. As they're called to the grid. We'll take a look at the starting order here. Ricardo Almeida starts in P1. Stephen Miller outside pole there in P2. Colin Matiak starts in P3. Alexi Meisen starts in P4. Starting in the 5th position is Paul Holt. The 84 car of Dennis Vandeman starts in 6th. Jack G in the 60 car starts in the 7th position. Sergei Butsiev starts in the 8th position. Imran Shaikh starts in the 9th spot in that 5 car. Alexander Meschkoff starts in the 60 car in 10th. And Nikolai Gerasimov starts in 11th in that 2 car. So the thing to do here, I believe, is just get things relax a little bit. Just relax a little bit and get sort of settled in here. Things are going to be crazy at the start. 11 guys joining us here for race number 3. And look at who's up front. Ricardo Almeida. Stephen Miller in P2. His car is in. Here we go to green. And what a good start there for Ricardo Almeida. Shoots out there to the front, and Colin Madiak shown in the 2nd position. Stephen Miller, I don't think, had a very good start there. He falls back. Shown now back in the 5th position, so he's lost some positions here on the start. Take a look at Alexander Meisen shown in the 3rd position. He's got Paul Holt just behind him. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Paul Holt putting a little pressure on him. Alexander maybe dropping below that yellow line there. As long as you get 2 tires there, not 4 tires below the yellow line, you're okay. That DHL sponsor machine running in the 3rd position. Back up here with the race leader, Ricardo Almeida. That 22 car, he has been lightning fast this season. Consistent. No mistakes out of this guy. Around the backstretch here. See that gap there. So guys sort of behaving themselves right now. Single file, so good clean start here. Take a look at Stephen Miller running in that 5th position out of the front of his machine. He's trying to close back in here. He's get down below Paul Holt, looking to try to get an opening here below Paul Holt. Just ahead in 4th. So we got a little tight battle here, 3-way battle between these guys. It's Alexi Meisen, Paul Holt, and Stephen Miller all battling each other. Dennis Vandeman running in the 6th position. Again, he's starting to close in on these guys in that Honda number 84 car. Good looking paint scheme here. Look at that. I mean, that is an awesome paint scheme. You know why? It's got a TurnLeftTV logo on it. It's a heck of a paint scheme, man. See if we can't sync up our replay here a little bit. This is on the start there as Nikolai. Oh, we had a little bit of a shenanigans right there. Somebody might have spun the tires. Oh, a little bit of contact there. And trying to muscle his way through, Nikolai Gerasimov. Muscling his way through there in that Team Penske number 2 car. So a little hairy start, but those guys got it worked out. Take a look at Colin Madiak here running in the 2nd position. Right now, 2 seconds off the race lead. Alexi Meisen, sorry, first time I've met this guy, so. Running in the 3rd position. Take a look at him running in P3 in that DHL sponsor machine. He's still got that Paul Holt there, right there behind, running in the 4th position on board here with Paul Holt. Now, that's a lot of blue right there. That is a lot of blue. Drifting up the track there, scrubbing off some speed. He said he kind of missed that turn 4, and lost some time. So I think Paul Holt there might have actually had some might have had a little bit of warping right there, because it says that he actually had passed Alexi, but it doesn't look like he did. Take a look at Jack G here, running in the 7th position in that 60 car. So we've been caution-free so far, not to jinx it. 13 laps in, caution-free. So Jack G had a pretty good night here, running in the 7th position. Nikolai Gerasimov in his first race out here with High Octane Racing League, running in the 8th position. Alexander, not sure what's happened to Alexander Meschkoff. He's also looks like he's running in that 60 scheme, but nonetheless, looks like he is in the 11th position, about 17 seconds back. Alexander does some great broadcasts. I watch him. He's admins a league, runs a league there, and really does a great job. So good friend of mine. Been friends with him quite a while, and sim racing world. Take a look at Sergey. Now Imran here looks like he might be scrubbing off some tires. We'll take a look at him running in the 9th position. Sergey just behind him in 10th. And you see a little bit of tire rub right there for Imran. And he is going to start boogering up those tires if he's not careful here. On board here with him as he slides up the track, man. He's really putting some pressure on that tire. We're going to have a pass here for 9th position. As it does look like Sergey going to get by, as Imran having a little bit of trouble trying to keep that car down. So tough break there here early on. He's going to have to make some changes on pit lane. So he is really, really pushing those tires pretty hard. Dennis Vandeman here in the 84 car, closing in on Stephen Miller. So Dennis Vandeman going to the high side there in the 84. Getting behind Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller tucks in. Dennis Vandeman now moves up to the 5th position. So what a pass there. He looked to use that outside line. Not a lot of fight there right now from Stephen Miller. And I think Stephen's just saying, hey, man, it's going to be a long race here. Let me tuck in, find something that sort of serves me well here in the long run. And we'll see now Stephen Miller is able to rebound in that 24 car. There's a good clean pass here. And Imran there seems to have gotten some things, kind of worked out there. Now he's burning up that right side tire again. So Ricardo Almeida has gotten around and put him a lap down. So we got a couple cars 1 lap down. Imran and Alexander both 1 lap down in 10th and 11th respectively. So he's got 7.6 second lead. This guy is just in a league of his own right now. That Menards sponsor machine, and Cliff, multiple personalities. Wellinga, Vandeman says at this rate he might lap the whole field. Hey now, I don't know who's talking right now. I don't know. Is it Cliff Vandeman? Is it Cliff Wellinga? Who is this guy? So he is just hitting all the marks right now in that 22 car. Love how these guys get in the chat sessions, man. Absolutely love that, man. If they can't be here on the track, this is the next best thing, to get in the chat sessions there and start talking some smack. Alexander Meschkoff up on the high side here, trying to get around Imran. Alexander here on the outside and makes that pass. Good clean pass there by Alexander. Now picks up the 10th position. Take a look at Colin Madiak running in the 2nd position. He's 9 seconds back, and Alexi Meisen about 4 seconds behind him. Paul Holt shown in 4th. And Dennis Vandeman shown in the 5th position. Take a look at Dennis Vandeman here running in 5th. Got a good battle here between he and Stephen Miller. Now Stephen had, Dennis had gotten around Stephen, but now Stephen's starting to close back in on Dennis Vandeman to put a little pressure on him. Looking out of the front of Stephen Miller out of his machine as he is running in 5th here through that turn. He feels like he's definitely now drops it into 6th there as he comes down about halfway through that straightaway. Drops it down into 5th and really turning that wheel to get that car set up off the turn, down the front stretch into turn 1. And good battle here between the two of those guys, Dennis Vandeman, Stephen Miller. And Dennis Vandeman, he might be using up that right side, those right side tires right now too. He's closing in on the lap car of Imran Shaikh. He gets around. Now Stephen Miller going to try to follow him through down on the inside line. Stephen Miller there kind of had been forced out of his line and scrubbed off a little tire there on the track. Take a look at Jack G here running in the 7th position. He's sort of in that zip code there, so he's looking ahead. Just got about a straightaway back there to Stephen Miller, Dennis Vandeman, so he's trying to get back around. There's looks like Imran just ahead. Ricardo picking him up and putting him down right now. At a 9.5 second lead on our 2nd place car, Colin Madiak. This guy did not come to mess around. He is all business. Had a little chat with him today. Make sure I get his name right. A little chat with him today, and one of our Canadian drivers. Colin sort of closing in a little bit here. One lap he gets tightens it up a little bit. Next lap kind of falls back a little bit. Looks like Imran has come down pit lane. He is wanting to get some service done on this machine. So he's trying to figure out which pit stall he needs to go into. So there you go. He's on pit lane taking some service. You're caution-free so far, 35 laps in. And Ricardo Almeida has been the class of the field. We're starting to get some pit stops out of these guys. Side-by-side view here shows Imran now coming back out on track after making pit stops. So this is where it can get a little dodgy. This is where it can get a little dodgy here. And I tell you what, man, Almeida has just started putting a lot of guys a lap down here early on. Just laying the smack down right now. Colin Madiak here has decided to come down pit lane a little bit earlier, so he's on pit lane as we speak. Taking service here on lap 38, finishing up that service, coming back out on track. Kind of an interesting exit to pit lane as you see that little corridor there to enter going into turn 3. We'll see how this shakes out here once pit stop sequence works itself out. Well, Almeida here now closing in on the 4th position. Just ahead is Dennis Vandeman. He is closing in on him. That car just seems to be handling like it's on a rail, man. It is on a rail right now. That Menard sponsor machine. Now he's down below Dennis Vandeman. Dennis didn't want to give up that go a lap down. It's hard, man. You don't get a lucky dog position here. So Dennis is going to fight him. He's going to fight him clean, but he's going to fight to try to stay on that lead lap. And now they're side by side as now Ricardo Almeida gets by and Dennis Vandeman goes a lap down. Jack G and Nikolai my, Gerasimov and Jack G getting together right there. A little tire bumping going on. We'll take a look at this again as Jack G down on the inside line. And, oh, man, they're lucky they did not lock wheels. Got together as Jack G gets around. Wow, man, that was interesting right there. Now take a look at this, this little battle here. As Sergey gets by Jack G, those guys I think may have close to the same paint scheme. That's the 27 car here. Pretty close to the same paint scheme, I think. Oh, maybe not. I'm colorblind. What the hell do I know? Always like it whenever I tell somebody I'm colorblind. They always pick a color and they go, hey, what color is this? What did I just tell you? I'm colorblind. Get that out of my kids all the time, my students. And we spend 15 minutes trying to name colors. Tell you what, man, this guy is, he's lapped everybody but one car right now, and Alexi Meisen is the last car on the lead lap. But I will say that Ricardo has not come down pit lane yet. Stephen Miller coming down pit lane here, taking service on lap 47. And we've been caution free. This is a nice change of pace here. We've had a couple races that have been, quite a few caution flags. And a little bit of fresh tires ahead of Ricardo Almeida as these guys battling side by side. And Ricardo now closing in on the last car on the lead lap. And that is Alexi Meisen. Both those guys in similar paint schemes. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, Ricardo had to take some evasive action there as he gets by Alexi. Take a look at Paul Holt here on pit lane. Taking some service right now, running in the 7th position. Making his pit stop. Sergey Butsev is running in the 5th position here on lap 52. So a quarter of the way through the race already, man. These laps are clicking off. Colin Matiak now running in 6th, so he's already made that pit stop. And hear him kind of getting out of the gas there through that turn, so he is definitely feathering that throttle. Maybe trying to set that car up a little bit better, dipping those 2 tires below the line, trying to save those right side tires. You hear that feathering the throttle right there. He comes through the turn. Oh, and he made a little contact with the wall right there with the tires. He might have left a little rubber there on the wall. Take a look at Dennis Vandeman here, having a good night, running in the 3rd position. Things might be getting a little chippy up here with a close battle, 3-car battle here. Again, Imran it looks like he's really pushing those tires pretty hard. Jack G had gotten by him, so Imran there's something up with that setup, man. He is really, you see that right front tire was just turned all the way to the left, try to keep that car from sliding up in the wall. So something a little bit off on that setup with Imran, but nonetheless, no caution flag. Keeps making some laps here. Doing a good job of keeping that thing pointed in the right direction. You see how much he's turning the wheel there just to keep that car from sliding up into the wall. Stephen Miller and Paul Holt here having a battle for position. This is for the 8th spot. Stephen Miller down to the inside here. Paul Holt on the outside in that blue machine. Now Stephen Miller going to get by and now picks up the 8th spot as Paul Holt now back to 9th. So Ricardo Almeida, has he made a pit stop yet? Take a look at Nikolai Gerasimov. I raced with him quite a bit before. It's been a while. But good to see him out. These guys liking these Indy cars. I know Alexander had contacted me the other day about the Indy cars here and wanted to know exactly what time the race, if it's okay if those guys jumped in, so he's bringing a crowd with him. And, Nikolai now has some company here with Colin Matiak here. This is a battle for position. Colin up on the outside line and going to use that outside line to make that pass. So now Nikolai has to tuck in, and Colin's setting sail here for turn 1 just ahead. So Nikolai running in the 5th position, Colin Matiak in 4th. Take a look at Sergei Butsev running in the 6th position. He's got Ricardo Almeida just behind him, and Ricardo is trying to put him another lap down. He is just spanking the field right now. As he gets by now, setting sail to maybe put Nikolai Gerasimov another lap down. You see how much better he is able to get grip, get bite coming off the turns than these other guys. So now he's dipping down here to get by Nikolai Gerasimov. Ricardo Almeida now putting another car 2 laps down. Man, this guy is spanking the field. Somebody said in the chat session, who was that? Michael Brooks said, hey, let's put some ballast in that car. Look at that, Givaldo Linares is joining us in here. Buona noche, my friend. Should be out here on the track, Givaldo. Colin Matiak here now running down Dennis Vandeman. Good battle here between Dennis Vandeman and Colin Matiak. Dennis gives him a lot of room, and Colin now moves up to the 3rd position. Michael saying, I don't think Almeida has pitted yet, and I don't think he has either. I really don't. So something very, very different about that car, whether he's just really able to save those tires, stretch that fuel. These other guys, I would assume, have come down pit lane because they got some, they need to get some more tires. But my heavens, man. Take a look at Imran here. Coming down pit lane. Oh, on here, spins, coming down pit lane. No caution flag. He gets that thing straightened back up, but no caution flag from Imran. But he came down off the track and spun that car. We'll take a look at this again. As you watch, he shifts gears. That's what happened. He downshifted, broke the back end loose, and then smacks the wall. Not too hard, but nonetheless, and he might have made a little contact there when he was spinning that car around, but he's a great job of getting that thing straightened back up, and no caution flag. How about this? Nikolai Gerasimov and Dennis Vandeman. Actually, that's Nikolai there getting by Alexander Meschkoff. Russian versus Russian right there. These guys are passionate about racing, man. I tell you, I was mentioning watching Alexander's live streams, and he streams a lot, man. He loves auto racing. Look at these guys after making pit stop here. Dennis Vandeman coming back out on track. So the 84 back out on track. He right now shown in the 10th position, but we've got some guys on pit lane here. It looks like Alexi Meisen was on pit lane, finishing up his pit stop, shown in the 8th position. We've got another here accident, and this is might be the 28 car, it looks like. He did not come all the way around. Oh, that's going to bring out the yellow flag there. Alexi Meisen trying to get on pit lane and brings out the yellow flag. We were watching that as the 28 was having some issues and brings out the caution flag. 22 on pit lane. Ricardo was on pit lane when they brought the caution flag out. So interesting sequence of events. That allows a couple guys there to get back on the lead lap. We'll see. We'll take a look and see what happened here. So very interesting there as Alexi, he looks like he was coming off pit lane and spins, hits that wall, and then so he was exiting pit lane and then coming around on that access, and then now spins it around again as he's down on that flat, and that thing just snaps loose on him, and he comes up and hits the outside wall and brings out the caution flag. And we've got some more shenanigans here, it looks like. Nikolai Gerasimov, oh, he spins, and Stephen Miller gets into him. I'm not sure what the heck happened there. Oh, he so it looked like he was trying to let some folks go, and then Stephen Miller might have oh man, Stephen Miller just had nowhere to go as Nikolai came across the track. So we'll see what's going on here with the adjustment of the order. Ricardo Almeida is the race leader. Colin Matiak second. Nikolai Gerasimov is third. Stephen Miller shown in the 4th position. Sergei Butsev shown in 5th. So a first caution flag. 77 laps in. And I think what happened, it looked like to me, is he just dropped that car down into first and it broke the back end loose. You really can't do that. So he dropped this car down into first, and it causes that car to slide, and he steps on the gas, and it comes around. And terrible time there. Stephen Miller makes contact.
will be open this time.
So we're getting some guys maybe biting on this open pit lane here. We'll see. As Ricardo Almeida now has a little competition on the lead lap out of Colin Matiak and Nikolai Gerasimov. I think even Stephen Miller might be on the lead lap. So definitely a little bit of a clumsy incident there, I would say. Hey, Rogerio Santos joining us. Good to see a nice stream last night there from the cockpit there. Great race, first race out in the Bushwhackers series. And welcome to the HORL family. Excited to get some new drivers out. And Ricardo Almeida is the race leader. Now, he's been the class of the field here tonight. Speaking of the Bushwhacker Series, we'll be back in action on Mountain Peak. That's Charlotte next week, race number 7 in the 2020 fall season. Getting the one to go this time by. 98 laps next week. And it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Single file restarts. Now, this is going to get a little dicey here. So, single file restarts here. Got 4 cars on the lead lap. Alexi Meisen there starting in the 10th position. Got 1 car out of the race. Imran Shaikh out of the race. $80 laps in. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. And so Ricardo Almeida, a good start by him. Colin Matiak shown actually in the 2nd position. He is in a little bit of a hornet's nest right now as those guys trying to vie for position. Colin running in the 2nd position, but a little bit further back in line. Some traffic here, stuff that he does not want to deal with. He is trying to get around these guys and set his sights maybe on Ricardo Almeida, who is walking away right now. Alexi Meisen and Alexander Meschkoff here battling for position on this restart. Alexi down to the inside and getting by in that DHL sponsor machine. Alexander now falling back to the 10th position. Take a look at Alexander Meschkoff here running in 10th. Little bit of a traffic going on here with these guys. Little traffic. Look at this. Dennis Vandeman, Paul Holt. A couple sim racing mania guys here battling it out. Dennis Vandeman picks up that spot. That's 6. Paul Holt, is he going to let him have it? No, Paul Holt's going to go down to the inside and not able to pull off that pass. And he might have Stephen Miller to deal with now. Looking out of the back of Dennis Vandeman's machine. Stephen Miller in this mix now. Go back here and look at Paul Holt and Stephen Miller all over the back of him right now. Now down below, it looks like Stephen Miller might have this position. Looking ahead, there's Stephen Miller making that pass. So he is all fired up. He had a little damage there, somebody spinning around there on that caution flag, and now he is fired up. Colin Madiak here sandwiched in between a couple cars. Running in the second position. He's going to the outside. He said, heck with this, man. I'm going to use that outside line and get a run, and he does down the front stretch. He might have some help there just behind Sergei Butsev and Alexander Meschkoff racing side by side. Not for position. Alexander Meschkoff down on the inside line. You see Dennis Vandeman going by on that outside line. Stephen Miller in this mix. Stephen Miller right now running in the fourth position in the 24 car. Trying to find a way to get around here on the inside. Side by side, he clears him in the turn. Stephen Miller setting his sights on Dennis Vandeman. Now Dennis Vandeman is not on the same lap there, is in sixth position, and he is shown 2 laps down. So it looks like we got 3 cars on the lead lap. Take a look at Colin Madiak here on the outside, trying to get by that DHL sponsor machine. 29 car. The thing to do is be patient here. You're not racing him for position, so just be patient. Take a look at Ricardo Almeida here in P1. He's got an 8-second lead over Colin Madiak, who's running in the second position. Nikolai Gerasimov, 13 seconds back in third. Sergei Butsev running in the fifth position. In that 27 car. We fixed it, Michael. We fixed it. We fixed that timing problem. We got it. Sometimes when they make pit stops and so forth, it never sort of updates. So we got that figured out. I think I refreshed it, so it should be okay. Take a look at Sergei Butsev running in the fifth position. 27 car. Jump back here to Paul Holt. Good looking paint scheme there for Paul Holt. Oh, we got to do a little checking here. Ah, there we go. There we go. There's the money shot right there. There's the money shot. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. TurnLeftTV. It's harder than it looks, believe me. There we go. A little advertisement. Paul Holt style. I know who I'm voting for to win this race. That's Paul Holt. Or maybe Dennis Vandeman. He's got a TurnLeftTV logo on his car too. He's got one too. It's just yellow on yellow. You can't see it. Trust me. Ricardo Almeida here picking him up, putting him down. He's really not been able to increase that lead much since we last checked in. About 8.5 seconds or so on Colin Madiak. Jump back here and look at Jack G. Running in the 8th position. Wanting to close in on Paul Holt, who just went through that dog leg there, entering turn 1. So to give you an idea of how what the gap is between those two. On board here with Jack G. running in the 8th spot. $100 laps to go, halfway. Take a look at the mid-race results. Ricardo Almeida, Colin Matiak, Nikolai Gerasimov, Stephen Miller, Sergey Butsev, top 5. Dennis Vandeman, Paul Holt, Jack G, Alexi Meisen, and Alexander Meschkoff rounding out the top 10. Take a look at our side-by-side there. On that lower right, we got Colin Matiak. Take a look at him, making his laps, running in the 2nd position. He's actually closed the gap a little bit there on Ricardo Almeida. Jack G up in that top left. Take a look at Ricardo here as he's starting to weave his way through traffic, so that could be part of it, I would imagine. He gets around the lap car. Don't forget, coming up on Friday, we'll be at Mountain Peak Speedway, a 98-lapper in the Bushwhacker Series. What a great series this has been, man. We're in our 2nd season, 10-race season here, and man, I tell you, this has been some of the most exciting racing I've ever been part of. The Bushwhacker Series on Friday night. There's some great drivers, big fields, and a lot of very clean racing. A lot of caution-free laps there, as you see. Ricardo Almeida there making a pass. Colin Matiak here's got a little bit of work to do, but he is closing the gap. Take a look at Nikolai Gerasimov in that 2 car. Making a pass there. He's running in the 3rd position, so good race here. First race out for that Team Penske number 2 car. Nikolai Gerasimov. Hopefully those guys make a regular effort here coming out. Stephen Miller here bouncing back from a little tragedy on that caution flag. Ran into the back of a car there coming to, I think it might have been Nikolai, as a matter of fact. And Stephen Miller here bouncing back, running in the 4th position. He has shown 1 lap down, but nonetheless, still in the hunt. He's got a solid effort every night. Now, every time he comes out, every week I should say. But you know, the one thing is that sort of gets, you know, either caught up in somebody's mess. But nonetheless, he's had a few races there where it's been a little bit more challenging for him, but he's doing pretty well here tonight, running in the 4th position. Sergey Butsev running in 5th. Having a good night for his first night out as well, so not too shabby, I would say, with a nice top 5 run. In 6th is Dennis Vandeman in that new paint scheme, Honda paint scheme. Number 84 car, running in the 7th position, in the 6th position. Paul Holt running in 8th. Showing 3 laps down. Did I say 8th? I meant 7th. I got to learn how to count. Running in the 7th position. And then Jack G running in the 8th position. Using up those tires there just a little bit, those right side tires. And, you know, Michael Brooks in the chat session was talking about how tough this place is on tires, and he would come in and make pit stops whenever he could. It's definitely under yellow flag here. We'll take a look at Alexi Meisen running in the 9th position. So dipping down below that yellow line there a little bit here, so we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that through the dog leg. As it does look like he might have slipped below that yellow line there. And it may have been through the turn. Looking okay right there, I think. That last time by did look like he might have gotten down a little bit low there on the track, and he's that's fine right there, 2 tires below the yellow line, but you do not want to dip below 4 or take 4 tires below the line. That looks like he's okay. Alexander Meschkoff running in that 10th position. We'll take a look at Ricardo here, the race leader, 8-second lead over Colin Madiak. So he has been able to stretch out that lead. Now Colin might be working his way through traffic. That is not the case. So maybe just push that car a little hard here earlier on in the run, and now that thing is starting to fall back a little bit. But having a good night. See him now in 5th gear, now dropping down to 4th through the turn. It's going to set that car up coming off the turn for a good run. Down the backstretch. Closing in on Paul Holt. Now to the back of Paul Holt's machine. Get another TurnLeftTV plug in. See Colin there dipping down below the yellow line with those 2 tires. That's going to help with tire wear there just a little bit, allowing these guys to be able to have that freedom to dip those 2 tires below the yellow lines through the tri-oval, but also through 3 and 4 to 80 laps to go. But it also helps set that car up, not burning those tires up as much, and that makes for better racing. We've had a pretty good race here, good clean race, besides only that 1 caution flag. So Ricardo Almeida, man, I tell you, does anybody have anything for him? Well, so far, 3 races in, it looks like the answer is no. And that's a challenge thrown out there to everybody. Hey, if you're interested in racing IndyCars and you think you got something for these guys here on the track, come on out. Colin Madiak here coming down pit lane on lap 123. Taking some service. Now we saw him sort of dropping back a little bit, falling back. He used those tires up, now falling back. So he's coming down pit lane here to take some service, and that may spark some other guys to come down pit lane. As now he's finishing up his pit stop. Coming back out on track. Shown in now P4 as Stephen Miller looks like gets by. Thank you so much for coming in. If you would like to support TurnLeftTV or the Discord channel, you can follow the Discord channel. It's right over there. There's the address there if you want to join the HORL Discord. If you want to contact me on Discord, you can type in one of those 2 addresses there and get a hold of me. If you want to follow us on Facebook, at TurnLeftTV1, at TurnLeftTV on Twitter. See, it's the nicest thing on Twitter, man. I mean... I actually deleted my legitimate Twitter account because it was an absolute horror show every time I got on Twitter. But this is racing only at TurnLeftTV, and just posting links to the races and doing some chatting once in a while. All good, man. We're not killing anybody on Twitter, believe me. And then if you'd like to support TurnLeftTV, please click on the Help Me Out link down in the description of this race and follow that to the Fanatec website if you're interested in making a purchase there. Give those guys a look. I would greatly appreciate your assistance or your support in that manner as well. So greatly appreciate you being out here tonight. Good racing. Good clean racing here at Phoenix. I love this track. It is a good track for IndyCars. Jack G has finished up his pit stop here. He's back out on track, running in the 10th position. Well, he's having a pretty good night, all in all. And some challenges, but battling back here. Right now, I don't think anybody has an answer for Ricardo Almeida in the 22. I hope he's got his victory lane speech ready to go, because he's going to need it the way it's looking right now, looking out of the back of his machine. Right there's Alexander Meschkoff running in the 9th position. Alexi Meisen running in the 8th spot. That DHL sponsor machine. Couple DHL sponsored cars out here, not teammates. These guys just get a kind of, if they don't have a car, it's, they can pick a car out of the car set. So up to P2 is Nikolai Gerasimov. Colin Matiak has made that early pit stop. So our number 2 car, this Team Penske sponsor machine, running in P2 in his first race out, Nikolai Gerasimov. Seen him race some stock cars as well. Good racing there. Now Jack G has already made that pit stop here. He's trying to get around Nikolai Gerasimov. That would not be for position. Jack G running in the 10th spot, but on fresher tires and trying to find a way maybe to get around Nikolai. He might be going up to the high side. You do see that he's pushing that car a little bit hard. So up on the high side here as trying to get around, not racing for position. This get a little dicey right here. Got to be careful. And look at that, man. That's some smart move right there by Nikolai. Nikolai just lets him have that spot. Says, hey, he's faster than I am. He's not racing for position. Let's give him that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Take a look at Alexi Meisen getting around Paul Holt. Now, Paul Holt, I think, has come down pit lane. And, yep, that is the case. So Paul Holt making a pit stop here. As Alexi Meisen now picking up a spot. Paul Holt now back to 8th position as he makes his pit stop. And it doesn't take long to make a pit stop here. As you blink, you're off pit lane if you do it right. And there comes Paul Holt back out on track on fresh tires. Running in P9. $60 laps to go. We've had one caution flag. And it looks like Ricardo Almeida coming down pit lane. So our race leader is making a pit stop here on lap 141. No mistakes. On board here with him as he crawls down pit lane, searching for his pit stall. I know where it's at. Actually, it's the front one. It's that 22 car here making a pit stop, and we're going to watch this pit stop here. As you can see, his invisible crew making those changes. It doesn't take long to make a pit stop here in the IndyCars. So now he blends back out on the track on fresh rubber. He's going to get that car up to full speed, and he does a good job there, sort of getting out of the way, realizes he doesn't have the momentum, and lets those lap cars go. No sense in trying to race somebody. You know, as soon as you come out, you're on cold tires as well. And again, good racing sense right there. That was Nikolai Gerasimov. Now Nikolai Gerasimov, I take that back, is 2 seconds back. Stephen Miller trying to get around. Now Stephen Miller is shown in the 4th position. Colin Madiak shown in 3rd. Stephen 1 lap down. Nikolai Gerasimov right here running in the 2nd position in this 2 car. We got some more guys on pit lane. This is Sergei Butsev on pit lane. It's like Alexi Meisen on pit lane. So those guys pitting together, it looks like. And that DHL sponsor number 28 car taking his pit stop. So we got 3 cars on the lead lap. Nikolai Gerasimov in 2nd. Colin Madiak in the 3rd position. And a little bit of traffic here with Dennis Vandeman in the 84 car just ahead. Not for position. Now Dennis running in the 5th spot here. Oh, man, they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, my God, they're going to go 3 wide here. Dennis Vandeman trying to get around Stephen Miller. Now that is for position as Colin Madiak in this mix. 3 wide. Whew, man, that got a little dicey there for a second. Oh, I got to hold my breath on that one. Man, that was a gutsy move, huh? That was a gutsy move. Stephen Miller indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane there. So maybe a wise move to sort of back off. And oh, we've got a crash here as Stephen Miller was coming down to pit lane. And we've got a car sliding across the track. We have got a caution flag, and I think things got caught up right there. And that as Stephen Miller had slowed to pit, and looks like Alexi Meisen might have been involved in that, and also Dennis Vandeman. Oh, my heavens. 2nd caution flag here, and that was a pit sequence right there. So Alexi missed pit lane. He slides, smacks the wall. He's trying to get this car back out, straighten it up. That might have been a separate incident. My heavens. Oh. So here's the 2nd incident here. As Stephen Miller indicates he's coming down pit lane. And watches Dennis Vandeman up on the outside line. Stephen Miller slowing to pit. And then Alexi trying to avoid, gets into Dennis Vandeman. And then spins that car around and smacks the wall. And then, oh man, hard lick right there. You know, on board here with him, watch this. Thing's going to get, busy in a hurry. And he smacks the wall. And then, backs it into the wall. So we'll see if we can't get another look at this. We'll watch this. He just comes up, and he was going to pit, or he was. It looks like Stephen Miller was going to pit, and was not able to make that change quickly enough. We're going to look out of the back of Stephen Miller's car. Man, that's in a hurry right there, isn't it? And then you see going across the track there in front of him. So Alexi Meisen
road will be open this time.
All right, caution flag, and that might be some stroke of luck for some of these guys. Wow. Might be a stroke of luck to some of these guys. Don't forget about Colin Matiak. Remember, you know, he had pitted, but he pitted earlier than Ricardo Almeida. And he was going to probably have to come down pit lane again. So looking at the chat there, Michael Brooks says Colin and Gerasimov won't get a better chance to stop Almeida than now. 45-lap sprint to the end of the race, and there'll be a good fuel tire in the theory. This is the time to bring the fight to Almeida. Wow, Michael Brooks there, stirring the pot, huh? Stirring the pot. Oh my heavens. Stirring the pot. As the 22 car, Ricardo Almeida has been the class of the field. Getting a one to go here. And before Michael reminds me, I'm going to see if I can't do a little refresh. There we go. Just keep Michael Brooks happy in the chat session. So getting a one to go. A little bit of sprint here to the end. And I would say the intensity level is going to go up here. On this sequence. Let's see if we can't stay green the rest of the way. And does Colin Matiak have anything for Ricardo? Now he's a bit back in the field here in the starting order, not the order, but the number of cars, I should say. Guys all getting it tightened back up here before the restart. Right, the pace car is in. Here we go, getting ready to go back green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Right, on the gas is the 22 car. Now's the time to start pushing this car as hard as it will go in this last little sprint to the finish. You're going to get something. You're going to have to get it early here. These things are starting to tighten back up. We are on board here with Dennis Vandeman. These guys have raced a really clean race. We haven't had any sort of craziness going on. No dive bombing, no nothing like that. Oh, man, there's a little contact there. Little contact. Colin Matiak's behind this, and he's got to be beside himself. He wants to get around these guys. These guys are racing. Dennis Vandeman racing his guts out right now with Jack G. Nikolai Gerasimov in this mix too, and Colin Matiak, our second place car, is stuck back in this traffic. He wants to get around. He wants to stop fooling around with these lap cars and get around, and he does get around one. Now's the time to set your sights on the next ones to try to get around here. And Nikolai Gerasimov down on that bottom side here trying to get by. Oh, a little bit of contact right there too. Nikolai Gerasimov in third. He's trying to get what he can get right now. Oh my gosh. Stephen Miller running in the fourth position. He is the first car one lap down. We got three cars on the lead lap. Ricardo Almeida is the leader. He is out where he wants to be, and that is out front. He's got a 3.5 second lead over Colin Matiak. Nikolai Gerasimov in third. A little bit of a hornet's nest here as Colin Matiak, it looks like, pushing that car as Sergei Butsev on the inside line. These guys side by side. Sergey letting Colin have that spot on the track, not for position, but spot on the track, and he is trying to set his sights to close in on the race leader. Can he make a dash? So Sergey running in the 6th position. He's got a little company here. Dennis Vandeman just behind him. We'll take a look out of the side of his machine. Right there, Dennis Vandeman in that Honda, trying to find a way to get by. Don't forget about Nikolai Gerasimov in that 2 car. He's running in the 3rd position. The last thing you want to do is get yourself caught up in an incident with lap cars here. The 27 car, Sergey running in 6th. Dennis Vandeman running in the 5th position, so he's actually a lap up on these guys, and he does not want to get caught up in an incident with these guys, but he likes to race, so that's part of it, man. Just having fun racing. He's up on the outside line here, a little side-by-side action, and he gets by. Looks like some more racing action there. Nikolai Gerasimov does a great job of backing off. He is in 3rd ahead of all these guys, but these guys here racing their guts out right now, just having a good time. Look at that, man. Oh, he's going to hit a roadblock right here, and they're 3 wide. Oh, my God, 3 wide going into the turn. Is this going to end it well? Oh, man, it ends okay. My heavens, man. I thought this was going to be disastrous. Stephen Miller in this mix as well. He was watching that action. Even Miller's got to like what he sees out of the front of his machine. Good, fun racing here. He's diving down to the bottom side here to make a pass. Is he going to hold it down there? And he does. He's got position now down through the tri-oval and gains that spot. So good racing there. Ricardo Almeida, he's missing all the fun right now. He's got a 4-second lead over P2, but he's missing all the fun. 168 laps in. We got a little bit of racing ahead of us. Don't forget about Paul Holt here running in the 8th position. You got a little battle there just behind. Looks like Alexi Meisen and looks like maybe Alexander Meschkoff. A little bit of a racing going on there. Alexander actually running in the 7th position. Alexi running in 10th. Not for position. Got a lot of sort of lap cars mixed in as Ricardo Almeida walking away with it right now. 4-second lead. That has diminished somewhat, but the more that Colin has to race in traffic, the worse it's going to be. 30 laps to go. Does he have anything for Ricardo? I think in the short runs he's actually been as fast, if at times not a little bit faster than Almeida. Nikolai Gerasimov's got to be happy. He sort of worked his way through most of that lap traffic. He's setting his sights on Dennis Vandeman. Now Dennis running in the 5th position. So he's wanting to get by here. And maybe have clear track ahead. He's got a little bit of a toe. That's going to help him out somewhat. Stephen Miller running in 4th. He is 1 lap down. He is the first car 1 lap down. So he's sort of on that lap by himself. He would love to be able to get that lap back and maybe gain some more positions. Almeida stretching out that lead to 5 seconds now. 25 laps to go. And the story of this season has been, does anybody have anything for Ricardo Almeida? And so far the answer has been no. Look at this. Jack G making a pit stop here. He missed his pit stall and has to back up and take service. So got a question. Are some of these other guys going to have to come down pit lane? So Colin Madiak here running in P2, 5.3 seconds back. Look at this mess right now we have. This is Nikolai Gerasimov and Dennis Vandeman. Nikolai running in P3. Dennis Vandeman just behind him in 5th position. And Stephen Miller back there in the 4th spot. So we've got cars now. Nikolai on the lead lap on board here with him, looking out of the back of his machine. Dennis Vandeman is 2 laps down, and then Stephen Miller, who's just behind him, is only 1 lap down. So, and they're starting to battle for a position on the track as Stephen Miller down on the inside, battling Dennis Vandeman and gets by. Stephen Miller here trying to bounce back off of an incident where he was unfortunate enough to have to, well, I think it might have been Nikolai, as a matter of fact. He ran into Nikolai's car, who dropped that down into first gear, lost the back end of it, and then spun right in front of him under caution. Take a look at Alexi Meisen, now in the 9th position. That DHL sponsor machine. Shown 5 laps down. Jack G has had to make a pit stop there, had a little trouble on pit lane, has lost some positions. And Alexi being able to take advantage of that. So you take a look at Jack G here, trying to close out this race. See Paul Holt and Ricardo Almeida there in the same zip code. Just ahead, down the front stretch in turn 1. Four and a half second lead for Ricardo Almeida. Now lap traffic is, in my opinion, not what Ricardo wants to see. Wants to keep that car out of dirty air, wants to keep that car out of having to race somebody else. Now, if you're looking at it from Colin's perspective, you want Ricardo to have all the lap traffic he can deal with, and then some. So it's going to give him a chance maybe to have clean air and catch back up. He is about 4.5 seconds down, but having a good race here. This is one of our young guns here from Ohio, 16-year-old driver. He's won a lot of races, not only in IndyCars, but also stock cars as well. It's always a threat when you put him out here behind the wheel. Laser focused. As he's trying to close in. This guy is passionate about racing. Good to see, man. Good to see. He's starting to roll up on some lap traffic himself. Paul Holt there just ahead. Paul Holt running in the 8th position. And Colin there sort of setting him up to see if he can't get a run off the turn. He did a little bit of higher entry. He does have a good run there, but can't close the deal going into the turn. Now maybe peeking around on the high side. Paul Holt there going to leave him some room. Colin's going to get by there as Paul Holt in 8th lets that second place car go by. Back up here with Ricardo Almeida. 4.5 seconds. He looks like he's had some lap traffic to deal with too. Don't forget, whatever lap traffic he's going through, the second place car is going to have to go through that as well. 190 laps in, scheduled for 200 laps. Ricardo rolling up on some more lap traffic there. Dennis Vandeman just ahead. Dennis running in the 5th position. So down to the inside here. A lot of room by the 84 car to give that 22 some room to get through. Get good savvy racing right there from Dennis Vandeman. Nikolai Gerasimov, our 3rd place car, right now has a good podium finish here if he can hold that position. Take a look at Alexander Meschkoff. He has worked his way up to the 7th position. A little bit of tough break there on the start, the beginning of this race, but has sort of kept his cool and been able to get up to the 7th spot. .2 seconds now. That time has diminished. Colin Matiak on his way. Can he catch Ricardo Almeida? Now Ricardo says, I do not want to see a caution flag. Ricardo now closing in on Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is in 4th, 1 lap down. Is he going to fight him? Colin looks like he's a little bit of a fight on his hands. He's behind some lap traffic. Again, that's what I mentioned, is whatever lap traffic that Ricardo had to get through, Colin's going to have to get through as well, and that looks like that may be holding him up a little bit. He's up on the outside line here. He's trying to get away, find a way to get around, but so far, on board here with him now as we're looking at that lower right screen. That is our 2nd place car looking ahead at some lap traffic, trying to get by. And look at Ricardo Almeida. He is trying to get by some lap traffic as well. Stephen Miller might be a little bit harder to get by, as he is one of those top 5 cars. So Ricardo can't seem to close the deal there, and it looks like Colin Matiak there now closes the deal and gets around. 3.8 seconds now. Now Ricardo Almeida gets by. Back up here with Ricardo Almeida. He's got 3 laps to go, 2.5 laps to go. Three cars on the lead lap. Nikolai Gerasimov 18 seconds back here with 2 laps to go. Ricardo is stepping on the gas there a little bit. 3.8 seconds. The lead now. Maybe some clear track ahead for Ricardo. That's what he wants. 1 lap to go for Ricardo Almeida. That 22 car. Not quite as easy tonight, but it was still pretty easy for him as he comes around the turn down on the backstretch. Ricardo Almeida gets that win here at Phoenix. Another big win for the 22 car. So what we have, 2 caution flags here tonight. So that Menard sponsor machine back to victory lane again. Going to be hard to do anything with him. So Ricardo Almeida getting a big race win here. Congratulations to him as we chase that car around as he's going to do his burnout. A lot of smoke there. going to burn that down. Earn that. Says, hey, man, I don't want to take any of that rubber with me here. I am going to destroy those tires. How about that, huh? Good race win for him. All right. Hey, congratulations to Ricardo Almeida there, polishing up the track for us. We'll take a look at the session results here as Ricardo Almeida gets that third win. Colin Madiak, great race for him, finishing in the second position. How about Nikolai Gerasimov finishing in third? Stephen Miller finishing in the fourth position. Dennis Vandeman finishes fifth. P6, Sergei Butsev finishes in sixth. Alexander Meschkoff is seventh. Paul Holt finishes in the eighth position. Alexi Meisen finishes in ninth. And Jack G finishing in the 10th position. So Ricardo Almeida getting a huge race win here. We'll see if we might be able to get him up in the booth with us and have a little bit of a chat.
A lot of soul.
Okay, hey, Ricardo Almeida.
Yes, sir.
There we go. I got it right this time.
Yes.
3 in a row, man. I'll tell you what, that was a great run for you, but a little bit closer this time with some of those guys battling for the lead. About 4 seconds was the gap there at the end.
Yeah, well, when I got a lap ahead, I say, okay, don't need to push too much and, just go on the end to my fuel tank and got in the pits and the yellow come out. So one more lap and it will be another story. But I say, okay, doesn't matter.
Well, I have to be honest with you. I was actually kind of glad it happened that way because at this point you were lapping the entire field and sort of make things a little bit more interesting from my perspective. And I'm sure some of those other guys are feeling the same way. But it looked like you were getting so much better, maybe tire management than some of these other guys. What was the secret?
I don't know what's the secret. If I know, I can tell you, but I don't know. I don't know what the other guys are running, so it's very hard to say it's this. It's like, actually Colin is running very well too. So.
Yeah, a little bit of lap traffic there both of you guys had to deal with, and I was saying that whatever lap traffic you had to get through, he was going to eventually have to get through as well. Was that any concern for you in that last run?
The last run, actually, the last yellow, I see the 3 guys. We are only 3 guys on the lead lap, so and I see the second place and third place pitting, but they have to pass all the field to enjoy me, and my tires are only 2% degradation. So I said, no, I'm staying out. I know I can do some good laps, and I say, okay, let's take a lead and a big gap, the biggest gap I can. And after that, I manage. So I said, well, let's go around, 7 to 10 seconds. But after that, I catch some traffic. Now I see the gap shrink. And when he's got the traffic, the gap's growing up. And at one point, I'm not pushing too much because I was not sure if I'm gonna pit it again or not if the yellow comes out. And I'm just thinking about that. Say, okay, if the yellow comes out, what I do? Do I pit? Do I stay out? So I'm thinking about that too.
Well, next week we got a different beast altogether, and that is Michigan. I'd say a lot of 2-3 wide racing there, and it seems like as easy as that track is to drive, it seems to lend itself to caution flags. And you got to maybe think about that when you get into this race. What's your strategy going to be as far as Michigan is concerned that may be a little bit different than some of these short tracks we've just had?
Well, Michigan, Texas, Chicagoland, Las Vegas, it's all the same kind of tracks. So if you take part of the race, you got a shot to win. If your times are not the best, to prove it like at Las Vegas, I think I got the 7 or 8 fastest lap of the race. So if you are like between nothing to 5/10, you're in the mix. So it's a completely different ball game, and anybody can win. I don't expect to win all races. It's almost impossible,
Well, I think from my perspective, I'm probably expecting you to win all the races now. The way that you've performed here, what a great job.
Yeah, short tracks. You can manage to do something, but big speedways like that with a draft, it's another ball game.
I think the biggest question mark on the schedule for me is looking at Gateway and really not having driven that track other than just a little bit of a testing session here in rFactor 2. Have you been on that track, and if so, what's your feeling on that one?
Never. So that's the thing. I don't know if we're gonna run with the short ovals spoilers on the or speedways. So I don't know.
Yeah, we've already got another couple different looks there coming up later in the season as well with Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, and then of course the road course there at Watkins Glen. Those two tracks too, very different than what we've been facing. Any feelings on either of those tracks?
Pocono, I feel good. I already ran pretty well over there, and Watkins Glen too. It's a track. Actually, it's one of my favorite tracks on the road course. So yeah, I'm expecting to have a good battle there.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations. 3 wins in a row, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. And good luck to you the rest of the season and also at Michigan.
Hey, thank you, Heath.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
All right. That's Ricardo Almeida joining us up here in the booth. Hey, I got his name right. How about that, huh? Got to say something. That's setting the bar low, right? When I can finally pronounce the name correctly. But hey, glad I got it right, man. I see a lot of different names. Of course, we had some of our Russian friends come in and join us tonight, and I want to say I apologize to them if I messed up their pronunciation of their names. I don't want to offend anybody, but sort of getting some new faces and new names, and we'll get them figured out. But we got Ricardo. We'll get used to pronouncing his name because he's going to be in victory lane, I think, again before the season's out. What do you think? Well, just in a little while, we'll be back at it. I'm going to get in the driver's seat and race the Saturday Night Thunder at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 70 laps in the Cup cars. If you're interested in doing some running in the Cup cars, the Stock Car 2018 mod, I'm telling you, this setup that we have here for Indianapolis is absolutely fantastic. I think it's the best setup we've had in this whole series with the Saturday Night Thunder. Excited for this. Going to be a good size field here tonight. Race number 6 in the 2020 fall season. And there's the Discord address if you're interested in joining in and having some laps. 70 laps here at IMS. That's home for me, about 40 miles north. I live 40 miles north of Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and I'm excited. I love this track. A lot of fun. Coming up next Friday, we'll be back at it at Mountain Peak Speedway, a 98-lapper for race number 7. This season has absolutely been phenomenal. Man, you talk about some great racing, clean racing, and the best in the business, man. My opinion is that this is the best stock car racing you can get right here at HORL, and this night of racing, this Friday night, is a fantastic night. We've got big fields, and we've got good green flag racing. Not a lot of caution flags, man. We had one last night, and then we had caution-free race before that. And I'll tell you, this is a fantastic series to get in. So that's coming up on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 98 laps from Mountain Peak. I want to thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on the YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate your support, and I'm honored that you would come in and watch these races. I love that lively chat session we had there. Michael Brooks leading the way with the chat session. Cliff coming in here and talking some smack. Even got Colin's dad in here, man. He said he was the, what'd he say? The chief financer? I think that's what he said. The chief financer. Chief Moneybags there. There we go. Glad he came in here, and good to see him joining in and supporting his son as well, and joining in the chat session and supporting High Octane Racing League. And thank you for your donation to TurnLeftTV. Thank you. I appreciate that. Givaldo, always good for coming in the chats and doing some chatting. He's always watching our races, and I love that, man. I love when those folks come back and watch time and time again. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, it is right there. Just give it a little tap there, or a punch, whatever you got to do to subscribe. And there's a bell somewhere behind my head, I think. If I'm not mistaken, there's a bell back there that you can hit. Oh, it's right there. That way you'll get notifications. I don't know, I'm in the way. You'll get notifications when I have videos uploaded, when get races getting ready to go live. If you'd like to make a donation, you can click on the link up in the banner of the channel and make a donation straight through PayPal. And as I mentioned, please hit the thumbs up button. I like seeing that stuff. And you can share my videos with all your friends. You are more than welcome to do that. If you want to share them on Twitter or any other social media platform that you happen to have, and let people know what's going on here at HORL. You are more than happy to, or more than welcome to do that. I'll be more than happy for you to do that. Don't forget to head on over to highoctaneracing.net. I'm in a little process of trying to revamp a few things here on the front page, but you'll get some information on the different series running, and definitely give that a look. Don't forget to check out ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. That's ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters. Schedule coming up. We'll be at Michigan next week, and then Gateway. That's the one that was a question mark for me. Texas following that. Auto Club, that's California, Pocono, Watkins Glen, and Indy. Finishing up that season. So we've got a good mix of tracks coming up here in the IndyCar series. Congratulations to Ricardo Almeida on another dominating performance. And we'll see what he's got in store, what kind of setup he brings to the mix on next Friday at Michigan. Well, that's going to do it for us here on TurnLeftTV. Thanks so much for joining us. Greatly appreciate your patronage. I'm out of here.